You know, this video was supposed to be a dual video with Lethal Company, but I didn't have any footage for it somehow, so, boo-hoo. You know, I had absolutely no interest in the Hitman games and franchise as a whole until like a month ago when I got it for the PS5 and by extension the PSVR 2, which is the best VR headset in terms of hardware, by the way, bite me. And in that time, I have accrued 39 hours in the game. Agent 47 is one of my most favorite fictional characters ever.
I need to use the bathroom.
And Hitman World of Assassination is easily in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Given that information, you want to know how much content I've done? 2 fully completed starter missions and a little over one half of the first mission in the game, along with an almost finished run in Freelancer mode. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been this addicted to a game since Helldivers 2.
Oh my god.
Having spent that much time on what amounts to like 1/47th of the game's content just baffles my mind, and has me super excited for all the other 20 levels I still have left to play. The fact that IO Interactive was able to pack this much content consistently and logically into a single level is already an insane feat. The fact that they did it 20 more times, with some remixes of the contracts on top of that, and then fully converted it into an immersive VR experience on the best VR headset, makes me think that this is one of those games that are way too unbelievable and dreamlike to be allowed to exist. Alright, yes, Hitman has an ungodly amount of content in it, but it absolutely did not slack on all the other aspects of the game. First, look at the sheer amount of NPCs in the area and just how absolutely beautiful this game looks. For a VR game, this is extremely unusual. I only know of 2, maybe 3 other VR games which have this many NPCs active at one time. And even then, most of those games had to sacrifice their visual fidelity in order to be able to support them. And furthermore, the sheer interactivity of these NPCs and the complexity of the world and the level design is completely unprecedented for VR in even most flat screen games, and is an absolutely masterful showcase of how to make a world feel alive, so that you can exploit and kill it. Let's talk about that. I have replayed Paris I don't even know how many times by this point, and I am still discovering new things about it. I've got some mission stories still to complete, some assassinations I have to figure out, and some miscellaneous discovery challenges to do. And yet, despite how incomplete I am in the progression of the level, I know the map so well that I feel practically unstoppable in just moving through it and interacting with all of its systems. I know how to manipulate all I need to in order to get my targets where I need them to be. And yet every replay I learn a new tendency, a new vulnerability, a new tactic, a new tool, and a new plan that I can put into motion. Helping me with those plans is the built-in level progression system, Location Mastery, which is an ingenious mechanic in the game. You see, as you do more and more of the challenges and activities the game offers you, you start to realize that a few seem unnecessarily difficult or even flat out impossible with the current tools you're given. So naturally, you do the easier ones that don't require as many random items or extreme planning, making you more familiar with the map while at the same time rewarding you with more unique ways to approach the level every time you meaningfully succeed. Whether it's changing starting locations and how you start off looking, changing the starting equipment you can get just in time for you to be able to do that one challenge you've been eyeing, or allowing for entirely new ways to approach the level with better or completely unique equipment that you can just let loose and have fun with. It's a masterfully crafted positive feedback loop that adds so much more meaning to all the hours you'll spend in a single level. And I cannot stress enough, the sheer amount of replayability and complexity present in every single one of this game's levels is frankly ludicrous, and is the main culprit of the majority of the time I've spent in the game so far.
Come on, chest out, chin up.
Chest out, chin up, bud. And I don't see that fact changing anytime soon. If it does, that would be due to Freelancer mode, which is an incredible idea with, in my opinion, pretty great execution. Now, I still think really highly of this mode, but I also highly recommend this video by Will Do Like Mildew. It's their first ever video, and it's a wildly impressive debut. Link to it will be at the end of the video and in the description. So, basically, you'll go through a series of levels in which a random NPC on the map will serve as your target. Your only goal is to take them out by any means necessary, with a couple of optional objectives you can complete for an extra payout, which can be used to get extra weapons for your weapon board. This game mode is pretty much a roguelite, and an extraction game, since all the equipment you take has a chance to be lost if you fail the mission or lose it in the middle of a mission. And if you fail a mission, there's a chance that you could fail your entire campaign, or at the very least make it much more difficult. It adds unique stakes and takes advantage of the freeform nature of the game to allow you to choose how you want to go about completing each mission, and as stated before, there is absolutely no shortage of those. The best thing about Freelancer, in my opinion, is its much more freeform nature, as there's no scoring system that you're beholden to, and the fact that it recontextualizes the levels and the tactics you learn within them if you beat the game before going into Freelancer, and allows you to use them in completely new and interesting ways with unique stakes and rules around how you should go about it. It's such an awesome addition to the game, and the fact that it was added for free, I love. this studio. And of course, throughout all the levels you play and jobs you do, you are accompanied by the incredible dramatic soundtrack that's ripped straight from a spy movie. The way the little stings pop in when you do a key event or take out a target.
Time to find Dahlia Margolis.
The way the music exemplifies the mood of your escape as you get closer and closer to your exits. The way it adapts to what mission you're in during a mission, like combat, stealth, when you're being hunted, when you're doing an illegal action, and of course, the menu and safe house music that managed to feel low-key yet powerful, much like Agent 47 himself. The music perfectly complements both the game and you as you make your way through the missions, and I genuinely think that it's the perfect soundtrack for the game it's in. Its story is also pretty intriguing so far, and though I don't know much about it because I'm great at avoiding spoilers, I hope it stays good. Wow, all of that, and I haven't even gotten to all the upsides you get from playing this masterpiece in virtual reality, which is just objectively the definitive way to play the game, since not only is it obviously more immersive than the flat screen version, it gives you so much more freedom in how you interact with everything in the environment. And with the environment being as interactive as it is already, that is an incredible thing. One of the main features VR highlights often is usually those two meaty grippers at the end of your arms, in other words, your hands. Having access to two of these instead of the usual one allowed unless otherwise rule that most video game characters follow allows for much more efficiency and freedom in your movements. Where you can hide bodies, hide objects, engage in combat, defend yourself, it all increases dramatically thanks to VR. And even though sometimes in rare cases the prompts you attempt to do don't work, that's a minor inconvenience at worst, and I'm more than happy to put up with that for as long as I have all these other perks. Also, I have to mention that Hitman has some of the best single-player gunplay in the entire VR space. Maybe not topping Half-Life Alyx, but I haven't played that yet. Wow, I really should. The haptic feedback and adaptive triggers of the DualSense controllers interact beautifully with the aim assist. The bullet effects and sounds on the environment and people alike is awesome. Being able to make a tricky shot makes you feel like such a badass, and most importantly, the feedback given from the enemies when they're shot is super satisfying and cinematic. Realistic feedback from enemies taking damage is something I really appreciate. It can elevate a game so much for me, and that goes doubly for VR. My perfect VR combat video touches on that a little, but that topic can make a whole video in and of itself. The melee isn't perfect, but it works well enough. And throwing objects is as powerful as ever, but now you can do it twice at the same time. Accessing your inventory feels great along with the holsters you have. Doing actions like breaking safes and sabotaging is immersive and fun. And especially the little details that just add so much to the game, like how your hands change gestures based on the position they're in, which is just so awesome, and I really hope people appreciate it as much as I do when games do this. It's such thankless work that goes to show the amount of love and detail IOI puts into their games. Hitman just knocks it out of the park, not only in the insane amount of content it provides you, but also with how it utilizes the medium of virtual reality to elevate its presentation and gameplay to the nth degree. Even if it is a bit weird that it puts you in third person for climbing, since that's like one of the main things VR is known to excel at, but then again, I guess you can't have 47 going at light speed up a drainpipe. If you don't have Hitman World of Assassination, I highly recommend it, in VR or not. Unless you're on Quest 3, but I guess that's not World of Assassination, that's just Hitman 3, so. And that's all I've got to say at this point. Thank you for watching, I hope you have a great day, and I'm going to get back to getting my Wii to work on my monitor, since I don't know, it decided to stop working. It was working just fine a couple days ago, I swear to God, I'm ready to